Hello everyone, welcome to Criminology and Penology lectures. I'm Marjina Sultana, an assistant professor from Interpersonal Law College, Greater Noida. In this video, we will study schools of criminology. Schools of criminology. Edwin Sutherland pointed out that a school of criminology connotes the system of thought which consists of an integrated theory of causation of crime and of policies of control implied in the theory of causation. So, each school of criminology explains the causation of crime and the criminal behavior in their own way and suggests the punishment and the preventive measures to suit its ideology. Popular schools of criminology. The schools of criminology developed majorly during the 18th and the 19th century. There are four popular schools of criminology. They are PreClassical school, Classical school, Positivist school, and the Neoclassical school. Each school represents a social attitudes of people towards crime in a given time, each reflecting a particular stage of development of civilization and a particular point of view. In the next slide, we will discuss PreClassical school in detail. PreClassical school of criminology. The PreClassical school is also known as Demonological school. It was generally believed that a man commits crime due to the influence of some external spirit called demon or devil. During the 17th century, the demonological theory flourished in Europe with the dominance of the church and the religion. The period of 17th and the 18th century in Europe was dominated by the scholasticism of St. Thomas Aquinas. So the dominance of religion in state activities was the chief characteristics of that time. So, during this time, there were not much of scientific explanations for the causation of crime. The concept of crime was vague and obscure. Hence, the explanations for criminal behavior were sought through spirits, demons, and unknown power. The principle behind this concept was that a man commits crime due to the influence of some external force and is beyond the control and the understanding of man. Thus, according to this theory, an offender commits wrongful act or crime not because of his own free will, but due to the influence of some external superpower, the only cure for which was testimony of the effectiveness of the spirit. Worships, sacrifices, and the ordeals by water and fire were usually prescribed to specify the spirit and relieve the victim from its evil influence. Criminal trials. The methods of trials employed in the criminal cases were as follows. First, trial by ordeal. Trial by ordeal is a judicial practice by which the guilt or innocence of the accused is determined by subjecting them to a painful task. If either the task is completed without injury or the injuries sustained are healed quickly, the accused is considered innocent. The trial by ordeals included ordeal by hot water, ordeal by hot oil, ordeal by cold water, ordeal by hot iron rod, ordeal by snake, throwing into fire, throwing into water after tying a stone to his or her neck. Next is trial by oath. A person's sworn oath by calling up God's wrath was considered to clear him or her of criminal charges. There was a strong belief that some greater power such as deities, fate, etc. arbitrates justice in the universe. Third is trial by combat. Trial by combat was a common mode of deciding the fate of the criminal. If you have watched Game of Thrones and the trial of Tyrion Lannister in the series, you already know what trial by combat is. It is a method to settle accusations in the absence of witnesses or a confession in which two parties in dispute fought in single combat. The winner of the fight was proclaimed to be right. The principle of divine intervention, especially through ordeals, was popular in ancient India. The oaths and ordeals played a very important role in the ancient judicial system in determining the guilt and the innocence of the offender. The justification advanced for these rituals was the familiar belief that when the human agency fails, recourse to divine means of proof becomes most inevitable. Though these practices appear to be most irrational and barbarous to the modern mind, they were universally accepted and were in existence in most Christian countries till 13th century. The Roman law completely ignored the system of ordeals and it was forbidden in Quran. This practice is reverse to the current judicial practice that one is innocent until proven guilty. Punishment of the offender. The right of the society to punish the offender was, however, well recognized. The offender was regarded as an innately depraved person who could be cured only by torture and the pain. For example, whipping was the most common form of penalty. The evolution of criminal law was yet at a rudimentary stage. Hobbes suggested that fear of punishment at the hands of monarch was a sufficient deterrent for the members of the early society to keep them away from sinful acts. That's it for this video. Remaining schools of criminology will be discussed in the subsequent videos. Thank you for watching.